Hello friends, Miss Natalie here, and today I am going to show you how to do the Krita texture sampler. We're going to start by opening up a new document, creating a new document. Make sure it's 1600 pixels by 1600 pixels. And then we are going to just jump right in and make some texture. First thing I'm going to do is choose the basic 2 opacity brush using the freehand brush tool. And then I am going to make sure that it's a good size, something that's big enough so that you'll be able to see the texture. And then I'm going to go over to the edit brush settings. And I already have texture or pattern clicked there, but if it wasn't, you could choose pattern and make sure that the box is checked, little check in the box. And then you can choose from a wide variety of patterns, lots of different patterns. There's this sort of knit chainmail pattern that's all right. There's wood, different woods, kind of cracked. There's that one pattern again. I like this one. This reminds me of a screen door. So that's the one I think I'm going to choose. And so when I'm ready, I can click off of my screen there and start working on that pattern. And it's actually kind of a small brush. So let's make that brush a little bit bigger. Yeah, and then I can just go across, swipe, 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 and I have my screen door texture using the pattern on my edit brush tool. Awesome. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is use a stamp to create texture. There's all sorts of different kinds of stamps. I like the grass stamp. There's some different stamps, all sorts of different ones. But really, grass is my favorite. I like to make my my landscapes and add a little bit of that grass stamp in there. So I'm going to find a good green color for my stamp, make it nice and big, and just start clicking away. And you can notice that there's like different. It's not just the same stamp over and over again. There's like a couple of different versions of the stamp. And I can click, or I can like hold my mouse button down and drag it around to make my grass. If I want a little variety in the texture, I can use a lighter color on top of that darker one, and it gives it more depth. And that's really how you use a stamp. The third and final thing I'm going to do making texture is to use an Rgba brush. So the rock one is pretty cool. I also like the paints. The impasto is nice. I think I'm going to choose impasto details and a purple because I do love purple. And it's a really big brush, but you can really see those details and that texture of the heavy, thick paint. The thing about the Rgba brushes is that they already have basically like the highlights and shadows of the shape that you're kind of creating. You're basically creating this form of paint here, and that's the texture of paint. And it's pretty nifty, and I like it a lot. So that's really it. I've got my 3 kinds of textures. So now I just have to save as texture sampler Lintner. Got to make sure my name's in there. And save it as a JPEG because that's the file type that can be uploaded to the assignment page. And make sure I also save it as a Krita document, and I'm done. So go ahead, go open up Krita and